Yo, what's up, boys? Story Tang with another YouTube video. Today we're gonna be talking about self-image. What do we think of ourselves? And why are we such strong critics of ourselves? You know, back in the days when I used to be younger, more innocent, more pure, although I'm not saying I'm not the same person that I was, I learned some things that some people aren't as real as you thought they were. Some things aren't as true as they might seem to be. And you yourself are not the same person you were 2 or 3 years ago, or even 1 year ago. That's just how it works. But deep down, my personal self-perception of myself has always been high. I've always looked at myself as a different kind of being, as a person that has held themselves into higher standards, a person that does not want to settle for less, a person that knows what they're worth, a person that knows that they can really put in that hard work, a person that knows what comes with discipline, a person that knows what comes with how hard you work, a person that understands that this life isn't fair and that sometimes no matter how hard you work, no matter how much effort you put into something, it's not going to give you the result that you're looking for. But to me, I've only learned that recently. Although I knew I was a different kind of beast on the inside, although I knew I could work hard, although I knew I could push past my limits, I didn't know that this life wasn't fair. I didn't know that I can't get things the way that I exactly want them to come to be. I didn't know that. Because the truth is, sometimes obsession is not going to beat talent. You have to obsess in something that you are actually good at. Obsess in something that you cannot live a day without. You can be as passionate as you want to. But if you're not good in this certain field, you can only go so far. I'm not trying to kill your hopes and dreams. I'm not trying to kill your passion and your goals and whatever dreams you have in your mind. I'm not trying to kill it from you. I'm not saying to give up. You can still pursue this passion, but in a different sense. You can still pursue this thing, but in a different sense. You know what I mean? Some things are not going to come out exactly as you want them to be. You could really love something so much in your heart that you're obsessed with it. A certain sport, a certain outcome, a certain business, a certain career path, a certain whatever it is. Right? You could work day in, day out for the rest of your life, working hard. I mean hard. But it's not always going to be the way you plan it to be. That's why you can still stay in a certain field. But you have to try, implement different strategies, learn different things that will help you in this sport, that will help you in this field. Look, try to understand what I'm saying here. You play a sport, for example. You're a sports player. You love your sport so much. But if all you do is play the sport, let's say 6 hours a day. You play the sport, you play the sport, you play the sport, you play the sport. And you grind, and you grind, and you grind, and you grind. And you think you're going to elevate. You are going to elevate. But guess what? If your mind is only focused on the grind, on the grind, on the grind, you know, or you may not know, that you're lacking in the other sorts of things, in the other parts of that sport. You're lacking in the intelligence part of tactics. You're lacking in the physical body part of yourself having enough strength, of yourself not having enough stamina, of yourself not having enough resilience. If you're only focused on the grind, you're going to miss out on the tacticalness, the smartness, the endurance, the physicality of it. And lastly, the mentality of it. There are so many different parts of that thing that you want to achieve. So you cannot be focused on just the grind, or just the physical part. Do you really think that if you're only focused on that one thing, you will become the 1%? No, you will not. It has to be equilibrium. You have to make everything imbalanced but out of balance. Your training methods could be imbalanced. You could have hundreds of hours of work per week, but make it balanced in each part of that. Each part has to be balanced for your training regimen. The training rule, you have to split it evenly, at least, or somewhat evenly, or focus on fields you're lacking in. Because you're not going to succeed with one pathway. There are millions and billions of pathways in this life. So don't expect all your success to come from one thing. You have to have this one thing. You have to have belief in God. You have to have physical endurance. You have to have tactical strategy. You have to have so many different components, and you cannot neglect the majority of them. That's what I believe now. This could apply to your job, your career as well. If you're only focused, if you're an engineer and you're only focused on the cogs, the settings, the actual building of the thing, how are you going to implement different strategies to become better than the rest of the competition? If you're only focused on the books, reading the books, imagine those people that are looking online. Imagine those people that are utilizing artificial intelligence. Imagine those people that are learning from different peers, mentors, books, computers, that are coding with the engineering. Imagine how much more advancement they could have. Use every single utility you have to excel. Excel by using different utilities. You're not limited to anything. You're unbounded. Use the opportunity. Use the utility. It's hard. It's not easy. I'm not saying anything's going to be easy. If you really want something, it's not going to be easy. If you want something to go the way you want it to, it's not going to be easy. Honestly, what I'm saying is, our self-perception of what we think this world is to what it actually is crazy. We really think that whatever we want, we can get it by just praying. By whatever we want, we can get it by just putting in some action. But you need to have a tactical strategy. You need to use your brain. You need to have faith in God. You need to put actionable steps. And with all those, you still may not get what you want. If it's not aligned with you, you will not get it no matter what. No matter what. But I know for sure that even though you may not get this thing that you want, you have built skills during that time. You have built a strong mindset during that time. You have built perseverance. You have built a grittiness in your ability to adapt. You have built unforgettable skills that you can use in a different field, that you can use in a different project. Never forget that we're consistently always learning. So whatever you do, use that for your next project. Use that for your next step. Use that information that you just learned in everything you do. And from there, it gives you a growth mindset. Everything you take in is everything you will implement. Everything you take in is everything that you will use. So use it. That's all I have today, boys. I hope this one was educational, informational, and something you can understand. That's all I got today. Peace out. Stoic Tech.